I'm Greg Olwell with Acoustic Guitar Magazine, and today we are looking at the Lâg Tramontane 10, which is outfitted with this HyVibe system, which together the companies are calling this the world's first smart guitar. So instead of the typical just playing some chords and single note lines to demo the guitar, I would rather give you a little tour of some of the things that this guitar can do. Let's start with the preamp, which, as you can see, has just a simple on-off knob, and this is also the volume control. And we have a slider control here, which controls some of the effects parameters and different parameters that inside this, basically a miniature computer that's on board this guitar. So like a few other guitars that we've seen here, there is this onboard system, and there are two actuators, which are basically like miniature speakers that are on either side of the bridge here. And with them, you can create sounds not usually available to an acoustic guitar. So as you can see, I'm not plugged in at all, but I can do things like reverb. Here's chorus. And there's echo. Next up, there's a phaser. Tremolo. An octave effect. In this one, you can either go an octave up or an octave down. Let's start with the down. And then you can go for that octave up, which is really just kind of going to give you that 1950s mandolin, electric mandolin effect. Distortion. And this one gets kind of wild, where if you hold a note, it will just start to feed back. Here's a boost, which is probably going to be more helpful for something like a solo, where you might need a little bit of a volume goose, but you don't want the distortion, which is kind of a raw, nasty distortion. And each of these effects is adjustable inside the both onboard the guitar a little bit with the slider switch, but you really get much more control if you use the app, which is a free download, and you can go in there and tweak some of the parameters. All of them have EQ, and then you can also adjust the gain control, which is, you can get some really twisted sounds doing that. Let's take a look at the looper that's also available here that we can use unplugged also, so we can just loop sitting on the couch at home, or you can use it plugged in to a PA or whatever you want, a recording device. It gives you a 4-beat count in, and you can set it on the app for a certain number of measures to loop, so maybe 4 measures, or it could be 32 measures if you want. Get an entire chorus and verse in there, which can be pretty fun. And there's 9 gigabytes of memory on this recording, so it's much more than you will ever need. And you can also download whatever recording you have made, so that you can save it if you happen to get a particularly great or inspiring part. and then you can just do whatever you want with that and solo over top of it. There is, of course, a metronome, which is also adjustable on board and also through the app. And this one's actually probably my favorite function of the whole guitar, which is a speaker. Since it has these onboard actuators, you can use this as a speaker. I found myself using to compare myself or play along with some of my favorite recordings. So just streaming this from my phone, and now it's coming out of the guitar. I think you get the point. But you can't really do that with many other guitars, and it's a pretty neat function. You can also use the onboard system to connect with USB, so you can either send stuff out or bring it in as you need for recording or performance. And that's it. And you can also plug all this stuff in and run it through an amp and get all of the same effects, same looping, all of those features. It's a fun guitar, and there's nothing else quite like it out there.